On the Justice Court, the plaintiff, Olayinka Emmanuel, is suing Oretide Foods Limited for the sum of 3.7 million naira claim on food export contract that was alleged has been poorly executed.
Previously on the Justice Court.
After we got the container, they opened the container. The custom agent here called me and told me and said that, oh, they are going to examine your container. And from what they've seen, they said that there is alcohol in your container. I said I did not buy alcohol. There cannot be alcohol in the container.
Container that's gotten to you December 22nd, they are calling me February 11 that you found alcohol. When you found alcohol, why not make a video? This is your container, this is your container number, and send to me that you actually found alcohol in the container there for you. He said, no, they didn't want to disturb me. They wanted to sort everything out before they reach out to me.
This matter is unfolding as Judge Funmi cross-examines both parties and their witnesses.
What else do you have to say? You said you have something else to say.
Yes, Your Honor. So I just want to respond to the claim of first of all, she said that I bought some things from other sources. Yes, I bought elubo directly because the reason why I started this business is because we have food stuff here. It's just that they are not good like what we have back at home. So that's why I started the business. So I did not trust the elubo that it will not be mixed. That is why I bought elubo and palm oil from somewhere. And I bought palm oil from her as well. All the things that I bought, elubo, she was the one that repackaged them in a smaller bags. So there is nothing that I bought that she did not repackage. The ofada rice, when they delivered it to her, the sack was not sealed. It was already they that sealed the sack of the ofada rice. The noodles that I first of all bought was delivered straight to her shop. The second golden one that I bought already was the one that sourced for me. I have the receipt for the payment.
What happened to the first one?
I will talk.
The first batch you bought. What happened?
The first batch was delivered to our store. That one was loaded from our shop straight. But the second batch, after we have loaded the container, that the container left our shop and the container was still like, there's still space in the container, that she advised me to buy things that are already packaged so that she wouldn't have to be repackaging it. That was why we went ahead and bought more noodles and golden one. And she said that she will follow people to where the container is to go and load it. I bought golden one, I bought palm oil, and I bought Indomie. The palm oil was from her. The golden one, she was the one that sourced for the golden one, the second batch of the golden one. She said about NSP that because I didn't want to pay. She said beans. She said beans, sorting of beans, that she told me there was partial sorting. Your Honor, I do not understand what is called partial sorting or full sorting. What I told her is that I want the beans to be sorted because here in the US, nobody likes the stress of picking beans. Even me, I will not buy beans that is not already picked. So that is what I paid for. It is now that she's bringing up the issue of partial sorting or not partial sorting. And when I went back to her and told her that my husband called her and said that the beans was not picked, she never mentioned that. She told me that there was issue of partial sorting. It's just now in the court that she's bringing that up. I can even show you a video of the beans, how dirty the beans was. There was nothing like partial sorting in these beans. There's no way they sorted that beans.
Did you pay separately for the sorting of the beans?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, I will say there's a list of everything with my aunt. Everything she did for me, every amount she said I should pay for was what I paid for. The issue of NSP from the beginning, at the beginning of our conversation on the July 21st, I said when I reached out to her, she said, "Hello, madam, custom clearance, terminal charges, shipping debit note with shipping fee is 500,000. Transportation varies, not predictable, 300,000 to 350,000. She said total is 850,000. She now mentioned that, will you want to open an NSP for your shipment? NSP is 110,000. All this money I paid for. So it was just 110,000 that she mentioned that I will pay for NSP. After I bought everything that I bought from her, that I paid her in cash, that she brought the agent. That was at the very end of it, that she brought the agent. She now told me that I'm going to pay her for the amount of goods that I bought. Your Honor, let me explain this. Let's assume that everything I bought from her was 15 million. She now said that after I have received the container, I will pay her 15 million again into her account, so that CBN will now hold that 15 million for 3 months. That after 3 months, she will now pay me the money back. And now,
At what point did she tell you that?
At the end, when I had finished buying everything, when we were talking about paperwork, when the container was about to leave Nigeria, that is when she told me about this, me paying her the total amount of what I have paid already. And
how much did you pay for the container?
For container shipment, I paid her 850,000 for container shipment. That's what she asked me for in this conversation. That is what she asked for. That is what she paid. I paid. Every other thing that she packaged for me, she sent a list of the money and I paid for it. Everything that she said she did for me, everything I paid to the last kobo.
Just a minute. All right, today. Yes. How does it work when you secure a container to send abroad?
Concerning the NXP?
Yes.
Okay, initially, when CBN brought this NXP issue, there was a way we could evade it. You wouldn't have to pay, but along the line, it got tougher. And I actually carried that along that. We can't evade this again. And I'm coming, excuse me. And I'm trying to look for the date of which, this was, I think, 28th of September. Initially, I thought that we could evade with 110,000. And I explained to Ayeta that no, we can't again because the rules became...
Do you have proof of that? Because now she's alleging. Let me see the proof.
I told her to go and read about it and understand properly. That was 28th of September. And a container left in, I think, October.
So at what point in time did you...
In September,
No, at what time did you inform her that she will not be able to use your FDA?
From the beginning.
From the beginning?
She knows from the beginning.
But she said that was towards the end because she's shaking her head here. She mentioned earlier on that she informed you that if other foodstuff not purchased by her are put into the container, you will not be able to use her FDA. And you affirmed and confirmed that. Only that you said the message was only passed to you after you have done all the purchase.
I'm trying to explain how the FDA number came about. I was the one that asked her for paperwork that we need. And she said that I will need a custom clearance here in the US. And I said, okay, I started talking to her since July 21st. I said, let me go and look for custom clearance here, that there is no point if the container gets here to the US and I'm not able to clear it. So I called someone, the person that cleared the container for us is called Wendy ABC Co. That they cleared the container. So I asked the lady sent me an email that for the container to be cleared, I need an FDA number. That is what I was told, that I need an FDA number. So
when was that?
That was from the very beginning. That's
when you spoke with that agent.
That was when I spoke with that agent that I went to get my own FDA number,
okay.
Your Honor.
All right, go ahead.
So according to what already they told me and what the agent said was that if my name was on the paperwork, I will not need already this FDA number from Nigeria, that I just need my own FDA number to clear it. Already they kept on saying that I should start buying goods. I said I will not buy goods until I get my own FDA number.
Okay.
Because I will not be able to clear the container without FDA number. I know that, Your Honor.
Okay.
I know that I will not be able to clear the container without FDA number. It was until when the container got to the US that Oretide name was on all the paperwork. It was Oretide Food Limited that was on all the paperwork. Custom officer now explained.
You wait. At what point in time did you get your own FDA?
From the beginning, before I
Which
started
date?
buying
Which date? Let me have the date on it and show it to me.
Okay. 26th of August.
26th of August. Okay, that's after you had this conversation. You see, what I'm trying to link up is, as at 16th of August, she made you to understand that if you are using hers, these are the conditions attached to it, and you opted to get your own, right?
Yes, I opted to get my own because I was told that the container is coming to me in the US. Your Honor, this is my first time of doing the business. I've not done it before.
I agree with you.
I don't understand.
But it's obvious that you decided to go for yours because you could not use our own, or you did not want to use our own.
No, not because I did not want to use our own. I didn't know I would need our own at all. It was until when the container got here and it was our name. The reason why I had to use our own was because...
At the point when it was coming over, which FDA did you think was going to be used? Would be used? Yes.
I submitted my own FDA number. I submitted it. I can send you the email that the agent now sent back, that the custom officer rejected my FDA because it is not, my name is not Oretide Food, that it is Simwanda Food, that it is coming to me here, that it is supposed to be Oretide's.
What was your instruction to Oretide at the point you engage her services? I want to know the...
The instruction is that, tell me what I need. Tell me everything. My aunt is there. She can...
Okay.
I asked her to do documentation for bringing the container here. I asked her to do all the paperwork for the container to be released to me, all the paperwork that we need from Nigeria. I asked her to package all the food items, even the ones that were delivered to her, to package it. I asked her to confirm every item that was delivered to her. And I asked her to buy some items for me in the container, which I paid her for.
Right from beginning, your intention is to clear with your own FDA number, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
That was what I understand.
Okay, not as. And
yes,
you understood it that way too?
No. I explained to her that she was... our initial... I want to play...
But yes, because your condition, let me tell you where I'm coming in. Your condition is, once you put other things not purchased by me, you cannot use my FDA. Yes, and you are aware that she started putting things that were not purchased by you. So automatically it's obvious you were not going to use your own FDA. Yes, ma'am. Right? Yes, and she confirmed as well that she intended to use her own FDA. But where the issue is now is, by the time all these things arrived in US, they were bearing Oretide. And you do not have, at that point in time, they needed your own FDA to clear. So I want you to explain to me why it was Oretide that was used when you knew you were not going to release your FDA for the clearing over there. Do you understand me? Okay. You know, okay, go ahead.
I am Oretide Foods Limited, and I'm registered to export goods from Lagos to anywhere, as long as I have the accompanying requirement of each country. She is not a registered exporter, so there was no way her name could pass through custom because she's not registered with NEPC.
Okay,
I explained that to her.
No, now you have explained that to me.
So she could not have lifted from here because she's not registered with NEPC. She's not an exporter.
Do you understand that now?
Yes, Your Honor, but she didn't explain to me.
Okay. But your agent ought to have told you too that with just FDA number, you cannot lift you understand, all you have purchased from Nigeria down to US. Because at least he has to take off first.
Your Honor, like, I don't want to go back to saying that this is my first time. The agent that I used was a white woman. She was just telling me everything by the books.
Then another thing that I noticed, because I just have to address it the way it is, I noticed that the pictures for the club, there's nothing to link it to any container. Do you understand what I'm...
Your Honor.
I think he wants to speak.
My husband wants to speak.
That's what I'm saying. Let him speak. Let him speak.
Yes, Your Honor.
My name is Bamidele Emmanuel. I'm the husband to Olayinka Emmanuel. This issue, I had to come in when he got here because it's becoming emotional for her to deal with everything. When the package arrived here, U.S. Customs and Border called in the morning. It was on Saturday morning. And they said that, okay, there are alcohol in your container. The document is with our auntie, Auntie Poluke. She's right there with you. And she will present you those documents that was sent directly from the U.S. Customs and Border, that there are 19 boxes of alcohol in our container.
You know the problem, sorry for coming in, but you need to wait. Let me tell you where I have issues with holding her liable for the contents of the container. It's because several people were bringing things in. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And it's like, I saw even you saw this too. You can see that's the club beer.
Yes.
You can see the cartons. We're talking about a whole container. So different people were bringing, she packed some, and even after the container left her place, you said other things were still passed over there to be loaded.
Oh, no. She took it there. She's the one in charge of the locks for the container. We nobody from our side.
You took everything there. You loaded everything.
She took everything. She loaded it.
Their suppliers brought those cartons to my store.
When she's loading
the supplier
container.
brought all the cartons.
Their supplier they bought, I think, about 5. They bought bulk of palm oil themselves. So just to fill up, I think they bought about 5 kegs from me. That was all they bought. It loaded about 25 kegs, over 25 kegs. So when the container was not filled, it was halfway, they told people to supply me. I think our aunt supplied me Golden More and Indomie and some other things. They supplied. They were
Is that
couldn't
correct?
be opening all cartons to see what was
Just
inside.
Just a minute.
The plaintiff does not have license to import alcohol to the USA, and she was not expecting to find any alcohol in her shipment. The defendant does not sell alcohol and claims she did not verify the content of cartons supplied by other vendors engaged by the plaintiff. How did cartons of alcoholic drinks get loaded onto the container?
At this point where she's talking about, the day they loaded the container, it was in October. I was there. They started before I got there. And I witnessed some, which I did video. We were there together that day. She now said that the container is not full enough, that we should add some things, and which we asked her, what do you advise? She said it should be already packed things. They should bring it to her. She will go and put it in the container. She got the Golden More for us. Then the Indomie was delivered to her. The palm oil, everything, she received everything. And she confirmed received. To be kind to her, everything she received, she will say, I received this, I received this, I received this. There's nothing that Oretide did not see. I was the one that met Oretide on social media, and I called her. I said, Oretide, she was to arrange a training then. So when I saw it, I'm someone that loves business. So I called her, I said, oh, you want to do this training? Can I? How do I go about it? She told me some things. Then just 3 days after then, that was when Yinka called me. She said, sis, she's looking at doing so. And I said, and I just spoke to a lady on Instagram some days ago. Maybe we can do the business with her. I gave her the contact. And I went to meet her. That day we spoke at length. And I told her, Yinka doesn't know anything about this business. She's doing it for the very first time. Please don't hide anything away from Yinka. And she said, there's no problem. And I called Yinka back. I said, we can do business with her today. I've spoken with her. I've seen her shop. And that very day, I paid her ₦1 million for beans. And that was how we started. But at a point, after loading, Oretide wasn't communicating. There was a time she called me to report Yinka to me.
So what happened? What was your response to what she just said?
Yeah, our sister, that's Mrs. Olayinka in the US, she sent me some very insulting voice notes. They are on my phone, and I blocked her immediately because I wouldn't want to respond in anger. So from there, I started discussing with her here and Mrs. Olayinka's husband, because Mrs. Olayinka's husband is a little bit more calm when it comes to issues like this. So
why did you stop picking her calls too? Because eventually you stopped picking her
calls. What happened was that the last day that they were going to collect the bill of lading from me, she collected the bill of lading from me, and she sent me another message, Gioda, and I called her.
Have you ever heard of the customer is always right?
No.
Have you ever heard of that?
I called her back to even ask her, ma,
look, let me tell you, your business was engaged, just a minute, your business was engaged to provide some services. You've collected money for it. You now say because somebody insulted you, you block that person.
After I had ended giving them the last document. I gave her the last document myself. And
you gave her, but at that point, you've not concluded because they've not received the goods abroad. You had a contract that is yet to be complete.
When she sent me that message, I called her. She did not pick my calls. In fact, she first stopped picking my calls. And then after that, calling me again for FDA. And we had an agreement that I was not going to give you FDA. And everybody from her was calling me for FDA. There was a pre-agreement that I was not going to give you my FDA number. So that was why I stopped picking their calls. And when the husband message, this is our husband message, this is 23rd of December. The container arrived 23rd of December, 22nd. The husband reached out to me. This is it. He reached out to me around 10:13. I responded 10:41. There was not a time that I did not return this man's call. Even there were times that, if you check this message now, you see, I greeted him, good morning, happy new year. I was in contact with Mrs. Olayinka's husband all through.
It's good for you to say you were in contact with Mrs. Olayinka's husband. Was it Mr. Olayinka's husband that engaged your service?
Mrs. Olayinka even stopped.
You just said you blocked her. You blocked her.
Yes, I did. I could.
So if you block her, can she reach you?
She was calling me responsible and all sorts of that. And she said she doesn't want to talk to me, that she'll start talking to her husband. She said it herself.
She told you that.
She handed me over to her husband. She continued with her husband. So,
is it true that that's your first transaction, the first time you'll be sending abroad?
No, that's not it.
You have something to show to the court if I request for it to show you've done that in the past. About how many times have you done that in the past?
This was the second time.
It's the second time.
The US.
The US. When was the first one?
Last year. Early last year.
Early last year.
Earlier than that. Yeah.
Same year. The two of them was the same year. And that was successfully done. So that means you understood the procedure very well. You know. So what I don't understand, and I still can't, why when you loaded, you both agreed. You see where the conflict is now? You both agreed that once you load anything outside what I have, and I'm not going to release my FDA. And you fell apart along the line. Because you stopped picking calls, you just claimed somebody was rude to me.
We agreed on me loading 90%. And when the loading was...
Eventually you loaded. You assisted them to load other things that were purchased. I'm not saying you purchased everything.
We agreed on me sourcing 90% of the goods. But what I sourced was less than 25%.
Yes. But everything that was sent to you, you loaded.
Not all was packed by me. Just delivered and packed.
I'm not talking about packing.
Okay, ma'am.
Everything that was brought to you,
yes, ma'am,
that you should help them put in it.
Yes, ma'am.
They were put forward.
Yeah.
But your claim is you did not check everything.
I did not check everything.
I did not check. You didn't check everything. Then even the snails that you know is contraband, you allowed them.
I told her.
And you still put it there.
I told her since she was clear with her FDA, it was.
But what did you say?
I told her that snail was contraband, and I told her that she wouldn't be able to use my FDA to clear it over there.
But you knew that having your, just a minute, you knew that by having that already there, they can't use another FDA number. That is where the problem.
She told me that agent said they could.
Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. The snail was cleared. The snail was on the manifesto and it was cleared by the FDA. They saw it. Customs saw the snail. They cleared it. We declared it. Everything on that container was declared. Everything was checked. I never carried, except the alcohol was the only issue in the container. There was no issue of contraband at all. When I asked her about Pomo, she said I cannot carry Pomo, and that was the end of Pomo.
You see, the issue of the alcohol. So the alcohol is listed in one of the documents you gave to me.
Everything there, but
can you point it out? Let me send it to you. Okay. Let me see the one that has the alcohol in it. Let me show it to her. Let me show her. Is this a container? Show her this number. Point it out. I want her to confirm whether that's the container you loaded from it.
Yes, that's the container number.
You saw where the letter emanated from? Sure, let us see where the letter emanated from.
Yes, my eyes. I can see it.
All right. So how did it get inside? You loaded. This is a proof that the alcohol was in that particular container.
Okay.
Because I was trying to establish with the pictures, I could not pick that picture is from that container. But with this, do you understand? Yeah, it shows it's actually in that container. How did it get there? You loaded.
I did the loading, ma'am.
Yes.
But I did not put container because she did not buy alcohol. I'm not in the US.
You know one thing? She did not buy alcohol. You did not load. Then you got another agent.
No, I did not.
No other agent.
No.
You were the one that loaded everything.
Yes, ma'am. I loaded everything. And even when this was going on, I was not informed. When they found the container, I was in contact with her husband. It never informed me that they found...
you have anything to show the list of things that you loaded there?
Yes, I have.
Officially?
Yes, ma'am.
Officially?
They are, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That list comprises of only the things that I packed.
Let me get it on now. Is it? You know, there are a lot of documents there.
Both parties want to present additional documentation to support their position on the case. After the break, Judge Funmi adjourns this matter.
So I'll adjourn it one more time. Do you understand? Because I want justice to be done. I don't want to do anything in haste. Do you understand? So everything you have on this, I want the two of you to drop it with the legal team, so that every item will be looked at. And at the next date, it will be a very short appearance that we're going to have. Do you understand? This matter is hereby.
All rise.
Have you been cheated or have a dispute and want justice? Don't take laws into your hands. Log on to www.thejusticecourt.com and submit your case.